Hey everyone, welcome back to another Dead Frontier 2 video. I'm finally doing my melee build. I'm going to be showing you guys all the skills I have, the gear I use, the stats I usually like to go for, and also I'm going to try and demonstrate a tiny bit of combat just to let you guys know, or just demonstrate some tips really, just to help you guys fight the zombies easier using melee, because melee is probably the hardest weapon to use. It's got quite a curve to it in terms of skill. So I'm going to go over the methods of using it and just the general statistics of everything. Okay, so these are all the skills I'm using currently. I'm level 11, so I'm not max rank. I haven't actually gotten to level 30, so I have no clue how that's really going to function with all the skills you can get. But the basics of it all are all here. So I'm going to basically explain what I'm planning to max out and stuff like that, so you guys have an idea of what works for me. So yeah, let's go ahead. So a key one would be Melee Expert 3. This is a obvious one to pick, and it's the same with any weapon. If you're using an SMG as your main weapon, go for an SMG Expert skill. If you're going for pistols, go for Pistol Expert. It's a no-brainer. So 100% if you're going for melee only or a looter build, whatever you want to do, just make sure if you're using melee as your main weapon, Melee Expert all the way, max it out as much as you can, because it really will help you in the long run. Stealth is a very iffy one at the moment, because what you can actually do, you don't actually need stealth to be stealthy. It's more or less there just to help stat boost your stealth. God, that's so many stealths in 1 second. But for example, if I do this, if I just hold down and attack, left mouse button, right mouse button more like, you'll actually go forward and you won't make any noise when you're stepping. You can obviously hear the sounds, but the zombies won't detect you. Whereas if you're sprinting past them like that, they're going to detect you and they will get pretty pissed off. The way stuff actually works is if you hit control, you crouch down like that, and basically you just don't make any noise. You can surprise attack them. But that's not really beneficial when you can just use a little exploit. This will probably be fixed in the future, in which case you might want to take stealth. But I don't see stealth as very important. I've just got it because why not? I'll probably do a stat reset at some point and change it up. But you know, it's something there. I don't feel I need it to survive with melee. Another one is kickboxing, mainly for another exploit, because I figured out if you hold your gun out and you press left mouse button and then immediately switch to another weapon and attack, you can actually get multiple attacks in really quickly. So if I do this, like that, much quicker. If I try to do it with my Alt key when I'm holding melee and try to do it, I press the button, I couldn't swing. So that's a tiny little exploit. You can also just use it to get rid of zombies out of your way. Pretty easy. It's not a very. I think it's more important than stealth, but it's not a super crucial one. Looter 3 is, well, just looter in general is a pretty important one, I think, if you're going for a looter character. It's a no-brainer. It just basically helps you search stuff faster, also gives you more chances of getting better items, although the better item chance is not really something I get it for, but it is a little thing that might help out in the future. Sprinter is very much up to your own choice, like a lot of these, obviously. Sprinter is, of course, just allows you to sprint around. I prefer it over Jogger, but there is a massive debate in the community that Jogger is a lot better. I have not really given Jogger a full honest go, and I've been tempted to, but it's quite a big ask to, you know, spend credits just to test out a few builds here and there. But people can get up to sprinting speed with Jogger by using all the stats for it, but I don't like doing that. I'd rather spend those jogging stats on something else, if that makes sense, and rather have a different stat than Jogger, if that makes any sense. So that's the reason I use Sprinter. I'm just more used to it. It's a quick burst of speed. I prefer it. That's all of the skills I've got. I would plan to max out Melee Expert, get to Melee Expert 5, I think you can get now because of level 30. Sprinter 5 probably as well, Looter 5, stuff like that would probably be what I would do next. Stealth and kickboxing. Stealth likely would be removed. Kickboxing might increase it by 1. It's not really necessary. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. But that's the kind of build that I've got right now. Now, something I don't mention a lot is stats. So you can get stat boosting gear, and that's the main point of the gear, really. When you see something that has like rare on it, it just basically means it's going to increase your stats. And I'm going to go through what I have right now and the stats that I usually like to go for these kind of builds. So for melee, the big stat that I go for is attack speed, just because it really helps out. If I remove all this, right, I'm going to just basically go naked. Lovely. Right, now if I attack, melee's pretty slow. The only thing that's really boosting my attack speed is the melee attacks, Melee Expert there. If I re-equip all this stuff, I mean, I shouldn't have really taken everything off, but if we look at what's giving me attack speed, I've got surgical gloves that give me 9%, Police hat that gives me 13%, and I think that's all of them, yeah. So I've got about, I don't know, about 22% extra. I think it's 22, 23, 22, I don't know, it's just off the top of my head, my brain's not working. I've got around 22% extra through that, and I've also got melee attack speed through my my melee expert skill. So for example, it's doing 0.91 per second. If I try and find it, so melee attack speed is 15%, and then, oh yeah, it is 22. My actual attack speed is 22%. So that is a pretty large attack speed, and I've heard that you don't really need to get any more than like 1 attack per second. I might go a little bit higher than that, but I've heard you don't need any more than that. Body damage is also another one that's pretty important for melee, just to kill zombies a lot quicker. Usually the pickaxe does around 4 damage, but because I have the melee expert, it gives me that 0.6 extra damage on it. And I think also, what else does melee expert do? Gives you a bit more knockback and stun duration. I mainly just go for the attack and body damage. So those are the main stats I like to go for. Inventory capacity is another one. I've got a hoodie that gives me like 31% inventory capacity just because I need that extra space I'm going to be going looting. But I can't use it yet. I've got to wait until like level 17 or something. I can't remember. But it's pretty cool. So we've covered the gear and the skills. I'm going to go over some basic melee techniques that will really help. Or at least they help in my experience. Now, oh, good thing you're getting up because I need to fight a zombie. So usually when you attack a zombie, you fly forward like that and you nudge towards them. If you happen to do that quite often, you're likely to get hit. The best way to avoid getting hit when you're doing this is to swing your mouse in a different direction. Usually 180 is probably better. I sometimes just do it half and do like a 90-degree turn because it makes life a little bit easier just to get away quicker. But basically what happens if you do it, you instantly turn the other direction after you made the hit and you will propel in the other direction. That's the idea of it. So if I do that, you can see I keep some distance from the zombie and I'm able to basically avoid getting hit. So it's pretty simple technique that a lot of people can learn and can really help out when you're fighting zombies. There we go. But in a lot of cases I don't tend to use it. If you have attack speed, you're pretty much set as it is. But it has a little bit of a learning curve to it. You'll get the hang of it if you're new to the game. It just takes a little bit of learning, almost like muscle memory, I guess. If you enjoyed the video, like it. If you want to see more of this stuff, then hit the subscribe button. I'll be uploading as much of this Dead Frontier stuff as I can. When guides I think are available, I'll make videos on it. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.